Okay, Advanced Math, Final Review, Unit 3. We're on this packet here. Down at the bottom, Unit 3, which is numbers 1 through what? 27. Okay, questions from anyone? Was that 18? Hold on. Okay, a hand up back there. 14. 15. 13. 25. Let's start off with those there. Starting off with number 13. 13 is find the fractional value for each of the 6 trig functions for theta if the terminal side of theta passes through the point 12,5. This is where you have to draw your picture. That exact problem, or very similar, was on the Unit 3 test. The only difference was they gave you this as a kind of a clue. What do you do at the point 12,5?
Which quadrant is this?
This is number 13. Which quadrant is the point 12,5 in? 1. Over 12 up 5. You don't have to be exact. And when I draw the triangle, I come from the origin out over to the y-axis or down to the x-axis? Okay. And then you label, what is this side here, 12 or 5? 12. This side here? Pythagorean's theorem, or you know it. What's the hypotenuse? 13. And you call this theta. Is that what they used? Theta. And then you do sine, cosine, and tangent of that picture. Could you guys do that on your own? Opposite over adjacent. Opposite over hypotenuse, adjacent over hypotenuse, and so forth. And then cosecant, secant, and cotangent. And they will all come out positive because you're in quadrant 1. Make sense? All right. 14. How long is the arc of a circle with a 9-inch radius and a central angle of 2 radians? And what's the formula? We did talk about it yesterday. SOR, S equals theta R, where S is the arc length. Theta is your angle. And what do you have to know about theta? It always has to be in what? In radians. If you're looking for theta, your answer will come out in radians. If you're plugging in theta, you better be plugging in a radian. And R stands for the what? Radius. All right, so 14 says, how long is the arc of a circle? So what are we looking for if it says, how long is the arc? S is what we don't know. With the 9-inch radius and a central angle of 2 radians. R is 2, and, nope, I'm sorry. I'm going to read that again. With the 9-inch radius, R is 9, and a central angle of 2 radians. Do I need to convert the 2, or is it already in the proper form? It said 2 radians. In the proper form. It's already in the proper form, right? Because in order to plug in, it needs to be in a radian. So I just plug in theta is 2 times the radius is 9. What does S equal? 18. And whatever units of measurement the 9 was that inches? Inches. Does that make sense? Yes? We're good? Can you guys all say hi to Mr. Brocklebank? That wasn't a very enthusiastic hello, guys.
Hello. Good morning, everyone.
You guys are horrible. All right. 15. Find the measure of the central angle. What are we looking for there when it says find the measure of the central angle? Which is what? S, theta, or R? Theta. So theta is what we don't know. S and R they must give us. Find the measure of a central angle in degrees for a circle with a 5-inch radius intercepted by an arc of 5 inches. Yes? So S is 5 equals theta, we don't know. times r, which is 5. How do I solve for theta? I'm solving for theta. What do I do? Divide by 5. What does theta equal? 1 radian. I'm glad you said that. 1 radian. Now, on the test, do you think they would put 1 as an answer? Yeah? Or even, they might even put 1 degree, just because you get the 1, you're like, oh, 1 degree. Is that 1 degree or 1 radian? But when you read the problem, it reads, find the measure of a central angle in degrees. So, is the 1 correct? No, 1 radian equals how many degrees? 57.3 degrees. If you ever forget the 57.3, it's 180 divided by 3.14. Where's the 3.14 coming from? Pi. 180 divided by pi is where the 57.3 degrees is coming from. Questions on 13, 14, or 15? None? Okay. Number 18. Sine squared 2 pi over 3 plus cosine squared 3 pi over 4. When you square, when it's written like this, you square after you find the value. Is that clear? Okay, what is sine of 2 pi over 3? Sine, that's 6 root 3 over 2. And what's cosine of 3 pi over 4? Positive or negative? Negative. Technically, that's just to get the practice, but technically, does it matter? Because it's squared, it's not really going to matter. But you want to be careful, because if those weren't squared, the negatives could mess you up. So what does this become? 3 over 4 plus 1 over 2. In order to add that, I need a common denominator. So 3/4 plus what over 4? 2 over 4, which gives me 5/4. Does that make sense? Yes? Questions? All right. 25. Cosecant of 60 degrees divided by 2. You could, if you choose, to rewrite that as 1/2 times cosecant of 60 degrees. Cosecant's the reciprocal of what? Sine. And what is sine of 60 degrees? Sine of 60 degrees. We did sine of 60 degrees earlier up here. Root 3 over 2. Take the reciprocal. What's the reciprocal of root 3 over 2? 2 over root 3. Reduce. What are you left with? 1 over root 3. If you put root 3 over 3, is that okay? It's okay, but knowing the multiple choice, it most likely will be written like this. We try to make the test, the final, the way we've worked it out in class, and this is the way I've always worked it out in class. If you change it to root 3 over 3, that's fine. Just know when you're checking it, it's most likely going to be written this way. All right. That's all of the questions you guys asked for. Do you guys have any others? What I went over was 18, 14, 15, 13, and 25. What was that one? 24? All right. 24. Is it the cosecant one? Cosecant 1/2 times 60. That's just getting you to see the difference between these two. On this one, I evaluate cosecant of 60 first and then multiply it by 1/2. On this one, because of where the 1/2 is in the parentheses, please listen, ladies. What do I do first? Anyone? I cut 60 in half first. Do you see this one? I evaluate cosecant of 60 and then I cut that value in half. Here I cut the degree in half first. So it's cosecant of what degree? 30. Yes, just like the PEMDAS. Remember PEMDAS you learned way back when, parentheses, exponents, yada, yada, yada. You do what's inside the parentheses first. So what's sine of 30? Sine of 30, anyone? 1/2, reciprocal it? 2. Questions? Is that it?